In the time before recorded history, before written word, an age forbidden by time, when man had yet to measure time and giants roamed the earth, the world was ruled by chaos and crime, a place where evil and darkness did chime. Men had turned their backs on the ways of the divine, and had become corrupt and evil in all their deeds. The land was filled with violence, and the earth cried out for justice. But there was one man who remained true to the ways of the divine. His name was Noah, a man of unwavering faith and righteousness. He was a devout follower of the divine, and his heart was pure and true. His devotion to the divine was evident in all his deeds, and he lived his life in accordance with the divine will. Noah was a man of great courage and determination, who never wavered in the face of adversity. He was a loving husband and father, who cared deeply for his family and all living creatures. He was a wise and humble man, who sought guidance from the divine and was always willing to learn. Noah's character was an embodiment of virtue, and his unwavering faith in the divine inspires all. One day, the Lord came to Noah and spoke to him, saying, "Noah, I have seen the wickedness of man, and it grieves me deeply. I have decided to purge the earth of all its inhabitants and start anew. But you, Noah, have found favor in my sight. You must build an ark and fill it with 2 of every kind of animal, and take your family with you. I will send a great flood to cleanse the earth, and only those aboard the ark will be saved." And so Noah set to work, building the ark according to the Lord's instructions. As Noah began building the ark, many people in his community ridiculed him. They thought he was crazy, and they mocked him openly. They laughed at the size of the ark and scoffed at the idea of a flood. They questioned Noah's sanity and ridiculed him for his unwavering faith in the divine. It can be imagined, people passed by the ark, shaking their heads in disbelief and making jokes at Noah's expense, calling him a fool and a madman, as they urged him to abandon his work before it was too late. Some even throwing stones at the ark, hoping to damage it and prove that it is a useless project. But despite all the ridicule and mockery, Noah remained steadfast in his mission. He continued to build the ark, following the divine's instructions with unshakable faith. He ignored the taunts and insults of his detractors, knowing that he was doing the right thing. As God looked down upon Noah, he saw the ridicule and mockery that the people heaped upon him. He knew the task that lay before Noah was daunting and required immense endurance, fortitude, and courage. Seeing the goodness in Noah's heart and his unshakable faith, God was moved with compassion and sent angels, manifestations of love, to help him in his task. Divine love descended upon Noah, strengthening his hands and filling him with courage and determination. The angels worked tirelessly alongside Noah, assisting him in the construction of the massive ark, giving him guidance and support. With each passing day, Noah's endurance grew, and his fortitude never wavered. He knew that he was not alone, and that the divine was with him every step of the way. The angels gave him the strength to withstand the mockery and ridicule of the people, and the courage to continue with his mission. Noah felt the divine love around him, filling him with hope and sustaining him in his darkest hours. He knew that he was doing the divine's work, and he trusted in the divine's plan. As the flood came and the waters rose, Noah remained steadfast in his faith, knowing that he was saved by the divine's mercy and grace. And so Noah built the ark, not only constructing a physical vessel but also undergoing a spiritual transformation. Every blow of the hammer and chisel was like a purification process, refining him, removing his imperfections, and strengthening his character. Striking at his darkness, just as the rough stone is chiseled and polished to reveal the hidden gem within, Noah was being shaped and molded into a vessel worthy of carrying out the divine's plan, divine love. Through the act of building the ark, Noah was honing his skills as a craftsman and, at the same time, working on his character. He learned patience, perseverance, and humility, knowing that he was but an instrument in the divine's plan. He also developed a deep understanding of the power of faith, knowing that the divine would guide him through even the most challenging of times. As the ark took shape, Noah's transformation became more evident. He had become a better version of himself, purified and refined through the process of craftsmanship. And when the flood came, he was ready, a vessel of divine grace, fulfilling his destiny with unwavering faith and courage. He worked tirelessly, day and night, hammering and sawing and hammering again. And when the ark was finished, he gathered his family and the animals, and they all boarded the great vessel. The rains came, and they did not stop. The floodwaters rose higher and higher, until they covered the mountains and filled the valleys. The wind howled and the waves crashed against the ark, but Noah and his family and the animals were safe inside. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain poured down, and the world was cleansed of all its wickedness. And when the waters receded, the ark came to rest on the top of a mountain, Pentil Ararat, a snow-capped and dormant volcano in the extreme east of modern-day Turkey. Noah sent out a dove to find dry land, and it returned with an olive branch in its beak, a sign that the flood was over and that the earth would once again be fruitful. But even as Noah and his family rejoiced, they knew that the flood had been a warning from the divine. It was a reminder that those who turn away from the ways of the divine will be punished, and that the consequences of their actions will echo through the generations. And indeed, the flood was not just a biblical story. It is said that many ancient cultures have their own versions of the flood story, a testament to the fact that the Great Flood was a real event that affected many parts of the world. The story of Noah and the Great Flood is a reminder that the divine loves humanity deeply, but that we must also be mindful of our actions, for the consequences of our deeds can be far-reaching and long-lasting. We must strive to live lives of righteousness and virtue, for in doing so, we honor the divine and ensure a better future for ourselves and generations to come.